a very warm welcome to Southwest Florida International Airport in the fine city of Fort Myers. Today we'll be doing the first flight of our American leg in our Round the World series. We'll be flying to a very sunny Orlando and landing at Orlando International Airport. ICAO code KMCO. Kilo Mike Charlie Oscar. Up until now, we have been landing only at airports with one physical runway, but today we'll be testing our resolve by flying to our first airport with multiple runways. Orlando International Airport has 4 runways and 8 runway designations. 36 left, 36 right, 35 left, 35 right, 17 left, 17 right, 18 left, and 18 right. So, to navigate this approach, we'll have to put on our thinking caps. Our little 737 did indeed survive the hurricane, and with a fresh paint job, she is itching to get into the heart of the US. This flight will be another very short flight, so we will only be cruising at 12,000 feet. But let's not fiff and faff about, let's jump straight in and get going. Right, here we are on the flight deck. Our cockpit is cold and dark. Well, I wouldn't know about cold. It is 33 degrees in Fort Myers today, so dark at least. We'll go overhead, turn the battery switches on, and guard emergency lights on, and we can immediately head up. Further upstairs, nav, and turn on the HDG/STS, the inertial navigation system. Okay, nice. Staying on the top overhead panel, we're going to turn the window heat on and the probe heats on. We've got a wee little alarm that will be going, we'll sort out shortly. Going down to the FMC, we're going to go to, not that one, ground services, we're going to request the ground power. Going back upstairs, ground power, yes, there's the little, not a little, quite a mean looking Jenny. Going upstairs, we can now go to ground power on. Power switch is on, switched on to ground power already, that's good, and we might as well turn on the airbags. Okay, now we're going to pop down to the FMC, and we're going to do a very quick setting up of this flight. FMC, we're going to go to pause init, we're going to go to next page, grab these coordinates, copy them into the scratch pad, previous page, and drop them in. Reference airport, we are at, where are we? Fort Myers? Southwest Florida International, KRSW, Kilo Romeo Sierra Whiskey. Kilo Romeo Sierra Whiskey. That is our reference airport at the moment. We're not going to worry about the gate. We're going to go to route. KRSW is our origin airport also. Our destination is Orlando International, KMCO, Kilo Mike Charlie Oscar. Drop them in there. Company route, we're not going to worry about. Flight number, we're not going to worry about. Runway, right. Let's have a look at little nav map what the wind is doing. What is the wind doing? Right, there is no wind. Okay. So usually we need to know the wind to figure out which runway we're going to, or we're planning to take off on. Today there is no wind. Not only is there no wind, but there isn't a cloud in the sky. I do believe the Microsoft Flight Sim has been having some issues lately with the live weather. So I will be quite surprised if it really is clear skies and no wind at Fort Myers, because Google says otherwise. Nonetheless, that's the weather we've been given, so we'll take it. But which runway do we choose? Right, so we need to know one of the two ways is contact ATC and get our clearance to taxi. The other way is just ask the ATIS. So, got ground, let's tune Fort Myers ATIS 1124 decimal 65.
Fort Myers Airport information, Foxtrot 2100 Zulu. Wind calm. Visibility 10. Sky condition, few clouds at 2,600 feet.
See, few clouds at 2,600.
Dew point 10.
Really?
Altimeter 29.98.
It's quite a few.
ILS runway 6 in use.
Runway 6,
Landing
that's
and
what we were
departing
looking for.
runway 6.
Thank you, we can go
VFR
back to
aircraft.
ground. Whoops. Okay, jumping back in. We're going to be planning for a runway 6 departure. 06, thank you very much. Okay. Route? No, legs. We're going to, for the time being, only put in our destination KMCO. We cannot plan our approach into Orlando at the moment because of this being so many runways there. We'll only know that on our descent and after we have contacted the airport. We can go ahead and activate that. So from there, and execute it. Initial reference, we're going to do this nice and quickly. 0 fuel weight, 114.5, we'll put that in there. Reserves, we'll go for 5. Cost index, we'll go for 50. I'm happy with that. Altitude, because it's such a short flight today, only 116 nautical miles. We'll only go up to 12,000 feet. To give you an idea, and let's execute again. On one of our longer leg trips, I start descending at around 120 nautical miles out. So, there we are. N1 limit, we're not going to worry about anything there. The flaps, we're going to take off with the planned 5-degree flaps. We do have a full plane today because my last video did so well. I think it's at the moment in the mid 350 views. I'm quite chuffed about that. So, that's what I'm going to do from here on. I'm going to plan my weight and balance according to the number of people that watched my video previously. Only problem is, this plane can only take about 115 passengers, but so I'm not going to be able to take everyone with me, but there we are. We'll put those rotate speeds in. I did say we're going to be nice and quick on the FMC calculations today, so let's do that. Center of gravity, 23.7, we'll put that in, and our trim will be 5.57. Very good, so that is everything done on the FMC, 5.57. I'm just going to go back to Prague. We've got KMCO, and there is a distance to go, DTG 116. And let's just have a look down here. Let's get our view a bit better than that. And then set the trim for takeoff, 0.57. Whoops. Zoom in there, and we got that. I think that's about right. I'm happy with that. That is the FMC calculations complete. Over here, we're just gonna bip 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 bip. Take our indicator airspeed up to 250, under 10,000. Our heading, we're going to, if you have a look down here, you can see our direction of the path is set into the FMC. We don't usually use the heading bug, but I like to have it in the general direction of our flight, just in case. Altitude, as stated before, 12,000 today. Okay, now that we're done with those, we can then switch on the flight directors. That's 1, that's 2. We can also go auto throttle armed. We're going to set the barrow, the QNH. There we go, it is. Let's just, for the sake of our international viewers, the correct way is hectopascals, 1015 hectopascals. But seeing as we're in America, unfortunately, we'll need to have that in inches of mercury. Whoops. I'll get this. No, you know what? Slide over to the other side. There we go. This is where being an actual pilot is a lot easier when you're sitting in the car. There we go. Haha. Okay. Alright. We can now go overhead. We can put the seatbelts on the sign. We can now go anti-collision lights on. Or we can turn on the aft fuel pump because we're about to start the APU. There we go. APU will be spooling up. Charlie. Waiting for the APU to settle before we can go onto APU power. Turn the yaw damper on so long. Cabin pressure will set to 12,000. Landing altitude, I'm going to set to 100. Because quite surprisingly, the elevation of Orlando International is only 90 feet. Which I found quite surprising because it's smack in the middle of Florida. And it's only 90 feet above sea level. But then, if you think about the many swamps in Florida, now that kind of makes sense, I guess. Okay, we've got APU gen available. 1, 2, there we go. And then we can go to APU gen. At that point, we're going to turn on the hydraulic pumps so we can have a successful pushback. We are almost ready. Yes, pretty much ready to push back. Let's contact ATC. We would like to part to the north, please. And let's not dilly-dally.
Commander 532 request taxi for north departure with Foxtrot.
Commander 532 taxi to and hold short of runway 6 using taxiway Bravo. Contact tower on 128.75 when ready.
Runway 6 using taxiway Bravo. Okay.
Commander 532, did you hear my last transmission?
So we can go ATC. Thank you.
Taxiing hold short runway 6 using taxiway Bravo Commander 532.
If we have a look at little nav map, here we are in Southwest Florida International. Going to be traveling up to Orlando, only 116 nautical miles. What we want to find out now, that's where we are parked at gate 5. This is the same gate where we parked after arriving here from Cuba. Right click on the end of the nose, we're going to measure distance from here to the taxiway line, and I've got 310 feet. Okay, put a little nav back. We're going to go down, not up, down. Menu. FS actions. We want to push back, please. Wait, no, we don't want to do that yet. We want to go to ground services. We want to release the ground power. And we want to remove the chocks. We can go return, and we're going to go to pushback. Having another look again, we want to push back. So they've given us runway 6. So all we need to do is taxi straight up this taxiway, turn left at the T-junction, and that'll take us all the way to runway 06. And we head on out and work our way to Disneyland. Wait, to be technically correct, Disney World. Disneyland is the one in... Is it LA? I'm not the American, I don't know. Alright. We want to turn the nose to the right. Select our tug. We're not going straight up. We're going to be doing turn nose right. Perfect. Beautiful. Go ahead. Wait, distance to taxi line. We said 3010 feet. And we may
Cockpit to ground.
get things rolling.
Go ahead. We've been cleared for pushback and start. They want the tail to our left.
Okay, we can now go ahead and turn the taxi
Signal to
lights
the left.
on.
Park brakes off.
We can now turn all the fuel pumps on. We can turn the APU bleed on. We can turn the air packs
Brakes released.
off. What are we missing? We can use the left igniter today for engine start. Are we moving back yet?
Brakes released. Here we go.
We are. Confirm moving back. We can go ahead and start the engines. Engine 2. Engine 2 is spooling. Looking down here, there we go, we can introduce the fuel. We're going to keep a look on the fuel flow. There we go, fuel flow is going up. The fuel flow gauge. I am happy that that engine is caught. I'm going to go ahead and start engine 1. There's the T-junction up there. Okay, and introduce the fuel for engine 1.
Pushback complete. Parking brake, please.
Parking brake.
Brake set.
Everything looks under control.
Alright, steering pin is disconnected. Watch for the slip release from guidance on your left. Have a good flight.
Thanks, bub. Going upstairs. Okay, that engine has just clicked. We can now go to Gen 1, Gen 2. Switch to Gen 1 over here. We can go off on the APU. We can also turn the air packs on now. And APU bleed off. Everything is super duper under control. Taxi lights already on. What else do we need? Let's just turn the wing lights on too. Right, we can begin our taxi. We're also going to go 1 and 2 and 3 for 5-degree flap. Parking brake can go off. Attempting. There we go. Attempt complete. Attempt successful. Engine stable. And we are on our way. It is about 20 past 6 in the afternoon here in Fort Myers. We might be landing after sunset in Orlando. Right, verified, flaps are at 5 degrees. We can bring up the ATC, and this, after we've turned on to Bravo, this is taxiway Bravo, we can go ahead and tune on to tower. Lovely. See evidence of that hurricane that came through. And this Southwest Florida International Airport is usually this wet. Looking at all these puddles all over the place. So yes, today, flying to Orlando. It's often referred to as the theme park capital of the world, due to its numerous world-famous theme parks, including Walt Disney Resort, Universal, and SeaWorld. Okay, we'll come to a stop here. And ATC. We can request takeoff clearance.
Tower
Here,
Commander Flight Tree 2 ready at runway 6 north departure.
TCAS can go on.
Commander 532, altimeter 29er.9er, 8 wind calm departure to the north approved. Cleared for takeoff runway 6.
Acknowledge.
Cleared for takeoff runway 6 Commander Flight Tree 2.
Okay. Not very busy today. Everything is already set. Everything that we need to do. We don't have to wait around. Toga. A lot of people love saying toga. I hate that phrase. It's takeoff. Full throttle. Toga. 130 rotation speed today.
V1T.
No crosswind to worry about. Rotate. She's itching to get off.
Positive rate of climb.
We can go gear up.
Commander 532, continue for north departure.
I shall do that.
Commander 532, leaving my airspace frequency.
No, that
change
wasn't
approved.
windshield turbulence. That was the pilot's incompetence. There we go. Start bringing them flaps up, and let's tell ATC thank you very much.
Tower Commander Flight Tree 2 frequency change.
Okay, we're going to begin our turn to the left. We're going to complete bringing those flaps up. Clear day. Or is it? I'll just say that's a bit of haze. Just a touch of haze. Okay, when I activate the auto throttle autopilot, then that should. Okay, we've got commanders on. And we can go LNAV. Goodness, she likes to turn this aircraft. We've got the bank angle setting on quite high. Always by default so high. And we can go altitude, vertical speed. Vertical speed is too much. Whoop. Down, 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 down. There we go. I'm happy with 1.8 will do. Now she must just settle. She's a bit jittery at the moment. Settle, settle. And we've got one more notch of flap to bring up. Do. Bringing it up just in time before the aircraft starts shouting at us. Okay, the landing gear is finished travelling. We can put that into the off position. And I think we have settled. Have we settled? Alright, according to a little nav map, we actually do have some wind now. We've got a 4-knot tailwind. Okay. Maybe the live weather wasn't malfunctional. We've already passed through 8,000. She looks beautiful in the sun like this. Okay, we are just about through 10,000 feet. I think that's close enough. I think we can go ahead and speed up from there. Take it only to 300 today. We don't have far to travel. And we can go landing lights off. Okay, everything is under control. We are about to do our cruise segment of the video. Right, welcome back. First things first, let us see if we can contact the airport, Orlando International. We are 38 nautical miles out. Let's also, before we even start doing that, start a nice descent. Start a nice easy descent of 800. Yes, and we're going to throttle back to 250 because we are going to be at 10,000 and below quite shortly. Okay, now the tricky thing, the tricky bit is finding the airport on this, because now we're in the middle of America. Well, not the middle, we're in the middle of Florida, and there are hundreds of little airports and airfields. So instead of scrolling through this, there is another way we can do it, and I think I'm going to demonstrate that now, because we scroll through each of these. By the time we find it, maybe we're not in range yet, but this is the other way to do it. Let's have another look at little nav map. We see here Orlando International 118.45. That's the tower. 118.45. We're going to manually tune that. We do that by going down here to the radio stack. And we're going to go 118. Whoops, not that one. 118.45. And switch. Okay, now we have a look at, there we go, tune Orlando, full stop landing. That's how we do it.
Orlando Tower Commander 532 is 26 miles south 10,400 feet with echo to land.
Commander 532 Orlando Tower. Altimeter tree 0.00, wind calm, fly left traffic runway 18 left.
Okay, 18 left is the runway they have
Orlando
given
Tower,
us.
American tree 60 ready for IFR departure, runway 36 left.
18 left. Now this one is
American tree 60
coming from the other end of the airport. Look at the wind now.
wind calm.
We've got a wind.
Cleared for
Right,
takeoff,
so
runway 36 left.
18 left it is. So what we're gonna do is we need to now, okay, do a little bit of writing down here. I'm looking at this D-Vola, that waypoint. I think we're gonna head to that waypoint, D-Vola, and then from there we'll go to I think we'll fly to yes. Can you read that? Lefty. L-E-F-T-I. And
Commander 5, tree 2 acknowledge, last transmission.
wait. First let's sort this out. Yes. Acknowledged. All good.
Make left downwind runway 18 left Commander 532.
Alright, where were we before we were interrupted by ATC? We are then going to 18 left. 18 left does not have ILS. 18 left.
Orlando Tower,
So we're going to go to FACS.
at runway 36
F-A-C-T-S.
IFR to Ontario.
Or are we? Hold on.
460, line up and wait.
No, we're going to go to Cabop.
American tree
Code.
60, contact Orlando departure
Bop.
119.4.
And then from there, FACS. Hopefully, all of those we can key in, because we're getting pretty close now. So what we're going to do is dive. There's the airfield up ahead. We're going to go off LNAV, and we're going to change the. Actually, no. Let's leave LNAV on. Now we need to work quite fast here, and we need to expedite this descent. We've actually reached 8,000 already.
Cleared for takeoff, runway 36 left.
Okay, expediting. Alright, we're at a decent speed. Let's slow us down a bit more. That way it's going to give us a bit more time to do
Cleared for
this.
takeoff, runway 36 left frontier, flight 460.
200? Yeah, 205 is fine. Okay, we're now going to go to legs. The first waypoint we want to go to, now it should, as we put them in, the plane should react and divert. D, V, O, ALA, Devola. We're going to put it in there.
Traffic.
Oh, we got a traffic warning. Then KMCO, put it in there. We can execute. Right, plane is now turning.
Orlando departure on 120.15. Good day.
Then, after that, we got lefty, L, E,
Going
F,
to 120.15 Frontier Flight
T,
460.
and I. Lefty can go in place. And that can move up. Execute. Then, we've got Kabop. C-O-B-O-P. C-O-B-O-P. That can go in there. And after Kabop, we've got Fax. Oh, we can just clear that. T. S. Can go in there. Page. Next page. Okay, so now we need that one to go up here. Okay. Execute. Right, now that's looking better. Look at that. There's our plan. Let's go to next page. Now that is going to line us up with the runway. Cobop and Fax is in line with the runway that we want. Let's have a look here. Cobop and Fax. We want runway 18 left. Okay. Things are now a bit of a mad rush there, under control. So we don't want to leave KMCO in the plan, because KMCO is not the runway itself. That's the middle of the airport. What we would do is have it, I think you can specify it as runway 6. 18 in this case. No, not 18. Is it?
Southwest 148 Orlando Tower.
Yes, 18. Right, so everything's under control. We're now at 4,000. We need to continue our descent. Let's continue to 17. Vertical speed down, please. Ooh, that's a heavy. Now let's expedite this.
Orlando Tower Southwest 719 are ready for departure.
Let's bring that speed back. And also, let's get this to a better... Whoop, no. There we go.
Cleared for takeoff runway 35 left.
So now we want to have a look. There's our flight path. Let's take that magnification up a little bit. We do now want to... I'm having a look at the green banana. And I'm judging. Let's slow down even more. Of course, we've been given our clearance to land, so let's tell them thank you. We're kind of busy here.
Cleared to land runway 18 left, Commander 532.
Okay, good fun. Okay, we are now going a bit too fast, so we've just gone to 250. We are going to put the spoilers out. Here's our spoilers. Okay. Very soon we're going to take control after the moment we have lined up with the runway. Alright, now we should be lining up with the runway now. Okay, we're gonna have to lose some speed.
Southwest 719er, contact Orlando. Orlando departure on 119.4. Good day.
Right, we have a visual on the runway. I am going to deactivate the autopilot and the autothrottle and turn off all the accompanying alarms.
119.4.
And we need to get some flapping quite quickly.
Traffic. 1,000.
Right, gear down. We're coming in quite fast.
Too low. Terrain.
Orlando Tower Southwest 148 is going mid.
Terrain.
Okay, gear is down.
Terrain. Too low.
Southwest
Need the speed to drop off.
Contact Miami Center on 124.1.
Terrain.
Good day.
Too low. Terrain. Too low. Terrain. Too low. Terrain.
Everything's fine.
124.1 for Southwest 148.
Oh, these trees are nasty. Clearly they don't use this runway for approaches that often.
100.
Alright,
Orlando Tower Cessna November 8166 Foxtrot ready.
not landing at the competition
Request
spot.
Departure to the north.
20.
Big white lines.
10.
But
Cessna November 8166 Foxtrot.
At the end of the day, not too bad.
0 wind calm departure to the north approved. Cleared for takeoff runway 36.
go reverse thrust. Down to 70. Thereafter we can use brakes.
Cleared for takeoff runway tree 6 left Cessna 66 Foxtrot.
Alright, we're going to be turning to the left here. The terminal's on the left side.
Commander 532, turn next taxiway.
That I am doing, Bob.
Commander 532, contact ground on 126.4.
Right, at this point we contact ground. ATC. Good day to you. Acknowledge handoff.
126.4 for Commander 532.
Taxi to parking. I don't see anything about gates. So they're not
Orlando
going to
ground
assign us a
Commander
gate,
532
so we'll
request
just go
taxi
find
to
one
parking.
ourselves. Alright, so we're on the ground. Let's bring
Commander
those
532,
flaps
taxi to
up.
General Aviation parking via taxiway Bravo 7 Bravo Echo.
We can go
Charlie
ahead
Bravo
and turn the APU back on. We can turn the... Oh, the landing lights were off. That's no good. Hey, no flight is perfect.
Taxiing to General Aviation parking using taxiway Bravo 7 Bravo Echo Charlie Bravo 5 Commander 532.
Right, we can put those spoilers down. Those flaps have come up. We can turn the TCAS off. And begin our taxi. So we're going to go to, if we have a look. Right, there's a nice terminal right here. Welcome to Orlando International. I've been here myself in real life. What are you talking about, Commander Andrews? This is real life. Well, yes, indeed. I do see an open space there that I've got my eye on. The sun is still up. Wow, rocketing onto the apron, aren't we? Woo! Eager beaver. Eager beaver to don those Mickey ears. welcome us. There we are, and come to a stop, and parking brake, and we can now go to 1, 2, and off, and we can go to APU gen up there, and we can go down here, we can go to menu, we can go to FS actions, ground services. Put them chocks on, please. Next page. Next page. We can go... No, not stairs today. We'll use the jetway. And request the jetway. Right. Thank you very much, everyone. That was a lovely flight. A bit of a challenge on the approach. But yeah, see you on the next one. Commander Andrews out.